but for us and for me. So I'm going to make sure that this is recorded. So if you are interested in earning a inspiration for yourself that might be very useful in this upcoming session, please give me a recap roll into chat.
Oh.
I see a recap roll in from Angus/Eros. Going once, going twice, sold. Please give us a recap of our previous session.
Okay. The gang was in the middle of the arena fight for the opening to the games. They were fighting against Turon Newdragon and his gang of fancifully dressed monks. We were in the middle of fighting them. We took some time to retcon that we had bought some potions that we really didn't use much of. But as we were continuing the fight, we were starting to turn the tide. And then, unfortunately, due to some maneuvering, we lost Turon Newdragon. And he was shattered into 1,000 pieces by the monk clad in ice. But before that, with a clever tactic, Novell slayed Turon in the back with the poison dagger, which was very nice. And after we handily defeated the rest of the Goonies, we were approached, or lauded by the king. And as he was continuing on his long and boring speech, there was also discussion about liquidating the estate to the Minotaur slaves so that they could also integrate with society. And at the suggestion of a Novell, Angus is going to be the torch runner for the games before they begin. And by a stroke of a crazy plot twist, at the very end, the Akkad stepped forward, masking himself and revealing himself to be the bastard son of Acastus. So we're dealing with that, and we're dealing with that. And that's where we ended up.
Please take a point of DM inspiration.
I will.
Next order of business, everyone. Our factspiration question for today. What decision would the party make for your character to consider splitting off from the group and saying, that's it, I'm done? And looking at our order, let us ask first Yakad. Yakad, what decision would the group have to make for your character to consider splitting off from the group?
This is going to sound odd without further context, starting with Acastus. But yeah, that's it. That's it for Yakad.
Fair enough. Taking the side of the King of Mitros. That's all it takes. Okay. Moving up to Marceline. Marceline, what would it take from a party standpoint for you to decide to disengage from the group?
If a party member gets sold out somehow.
If the
have to be her.
If the party ever gets sold out?
If somebody sells out someone in the party.
So if someone betrays the party.
Yep.
All right. Well, if anyone is secretly trying to. Well, if anyone is thinking of doing a secret betrayal, please let us know now. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Marceline, you've earned a factspiration point as you're cleaning that up. Let us ask Alikir. Alikir, what decision would have to be made for you to consider leaving the party?
For somebody to butcher his name, just kidding.
Oh no! Every time.
Well, also, I want to in advance apologize for my mic quality tonight. I don't have my usual setup because I am half a country away. But I think that Alikir would. I mean, he would probably want to leave the party or somehow disassociate from them if either um, like kind of similar to Marceline, there is a betrayal within the party, but then it's kind of like less about distancing from the party and more distancing from the betrayer, but more that if the party chooses to commit some sort of an atrocity like kill some gothic children.
Mm-hmm.
Again. So if that's like, cause that was heat of the moment, understandable. But if the party kind of consciously chooses to do like an atrocity because it's convenient or something like that, then Alikir would very seriously consider leaving.
I could see why that would make sense for Alikir in character, and you have earned a Faxpiration point to use within this session. Thank you, Alikir. Novel. What decision would the party have to make for you to consider leaving the party, or to split off on your own?
Yeah, for Novell, I think it would be two things, both pretty cut and dry. One would be if the party did some sort of genocidal actions against the native races, anything like that, then she would not feel safe with the party and would obviously distance herself. The other would be a little more personal, and if they did not support her bid for queenship of the throne of Themis.
You got to support the queen. You got to support Queen N. I know she's not Queen B, but she's Queen N. We have to support her.
She's Queen Z.
Thank you, Novell. Absolutely. All right. Last but not least, Angus, tell us. What do you think?
My face. I think Angus, if the party suddenly said that they had to kill an entire village of innocents, or just senseless killing for no reason, hint, hint. I think like he would leave if that was on the table. Like the party was trying to convince him of doing that, which I don't think will happen in this party because we're not a bunch of murder hobos. But I think he has a sense of justice where he's like, we're heroes. We're supposed to protect the innocents, not just senselessly murder them all.
It seems like there's some kind of I would say some continuality to that. It seems like everyone kind of has a similar answer to everyone wants to keep people safe.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, no war crimes.
Yeah. I think we're supposed to be heroes. We're supposed to protect the people when we can, and just not senselessly kill people.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, you have earned a Faxpiration point, and now that everyone is filled with Faxpiration, we have given DM inspiration. Now let's get on to sensibly killing some innocent babies. Excuse me.
No.
I mean the aftermath of your guys' adventures in a previous session. Having defeated the once thought indefeatable Zodiacs, dismantling the Minotaur slave trade within the city of Mitros, proving yourselves to be non-oathbreakers, you have built your rapport with the Queen of Mitros. Yes, he did give you the wink of approval.
Uh-huh.
You now have the entire city of Mitros kind of captive here after your performance. Of course, you are all now in the holding area post the events. So tell me, what people in the city do you wish to talk to before the annual running of the torch is to occur within the city of Mitros?
I think we want to talk to your god.
Yeah. God, what the fuck?
I'll talk later.
What,
I'm not here.
What?
Oh.
Why not?
What do you mean? Where'd he go?
Oh no, he disappeared.
Todd
into
does the
shadows. Okay.
disappearing thing.
How did they do that?
I blinked.
But
He's gone.
now that we
should-
we completed the oath, do we want to talk to Valis?
I mean, we could do that. I'm kind of tired, and Alakir looks like he's about to pass out.
I think we're all about to die here. Well,
Yes, let us return to Valis. We need to
No,
talk
get
with her.
back.
We'll talk there.
Okay.
Okay, to the palace. Talk to Valis, and then we rest.
Well, that
I'm
rhymes.
sure you're talking about Angus. I was here. I didn't move, but okay.
How does he do that? He got in my blind spot.
Standing nearby are your allies and some companions that you haven't seen in quite a while. Those that were left behind in the moonlit cove, shaped like the crescent, when you rescued the Ultros from the grips of Esther.
Nobel will run up to Lorius and give him a big ol' hug.
Alakir will attempt to stand steadily and kind of wave Karina and Fallen over to also have hugs.
Angus will
He's
help
not in a running
Alakir.
condition. Oh,
Angus
thanks.
will just help Alakir.
Oh, God.
Okay, this way. It'll be okay.
I'm fine. It's just...
You didn't let the other guy take over.
yeah, I was really, really trying not to. It's better when he's not in charge.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would really love it to get rid of him permanently, but we'll see.
That guy's mean.
He's a very mean but also useful warrior. That said, I don't like useful war crimes.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Oh, look, it's my dad.
Standing there with the other companions is Pythor, god of battle. Standing beside him is the three-headed hound, Yalda. Yalda appears to be well groomed, with 3 small collars on her neck.
no, who gave those to you?
Oh,
Behaving.
that would be me, Pythor says. You can't have a hound without collars.
That's I'm not sure I like the thought behind that, but it's still nice to give him something.
Son, it has been a while.
Yeah. How's it going?
I am saddened by what happened on the ship, that I wasn't there to help.
Yeah, that sucked. We lost Bullbug and we lost Skyra. I don't know how to handle that really.
Kiki, I haven't felt her since the ship. And,
Oh, you don't know?
well, I wasn't
No one knows.
I wasn't there with you. I haven't felt her. I haven't heard her jokes on the wind. What happened?
We should talk about that in a more private area with Valis. We can describe that later. But for now, let's head to the castle.
Okay. And he looks to Yalda and he says, "Come on, potatoes." And
Not his
Yalda,
name.
it's like, "What are you talking about? I've been calling him potatoes this whole time. He's answered every time."
How do you let this man call you potatoes?
The Yalda looks to you and barks and nods.
Well, I
Forward
mean,
to the one.
far be it if you're okay with it, but
Personally.
why?
Bark! It looks to you and says, their body kind of looks like that of a potato. And
Well,
Just a hound, not some root vegetable.
It's okay. We'll get them little spiked collars, and then we'll make them really powerful potatoes.
Just come here, John. I missed you. Try to go and hug and pick him up.
the dog will allow this to happen. Pythor will hand off the Yalda leash to you. As this interaction is happening, Novell Lorius says to you in a low voice, "I have missed your company, Novell. The company of the Hound and of Pythor has left a lot to be desired."
I can imagine it has been different here too without your presence. I'm glad to have you back. And she says that in a pat friend zone way, of course.
Okay, he takes 30 points of psychic damage and dies.
Yeah, gotta reinforce where he belongs.
On the bottom.
Dope.
So the companions and everyone can begin marching to where you all need to head. The palace. The city of Mitros seems to have a different sort of vibe to it. The city is obviously preparing for the grand event that is to occur. The people are excited. You see that vendors are setting up shop. Foreign merchants are conversing with people openly on the streets to sell all sorts of strange items from islands in the Cerulean Gulf, items from the lands of Arisia. Amazons are stalking the streets, looking at the weakness that is males, turning their nose up and scoffing at them whenever they see them.
I wonder if they have sweet potatoes.
You're wondering if any of these merchants have sweet potatoes?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah, yes.
How much would it be to get everybody a sweet potato?
Probably 1 silver piece for everyone to get
I'll spend it.
a hot sweet potato.
I'll get everybody a sweet potato.
Everyone, you approach a merchant on the street, led by your main man Angus, and each of you now has a hot and ready sweet potato that was roasting in a stone pot, and it is perfectly tender, and it has gotten to the point where it is starting to caramelize, so those nice sticky pieces of caramelized sugar on the outside. It's very delicious.
Here you go, Jimmy. Have a little sweet potato.
Potato!
Stop.
As the pig begins to
How?
eat.
Marceline? He's
Marcy, good
talking. Why?
Marcy, get a drug again.
The buckets.
As the buckets conversation is happening, Alakir, you are being kind of patted on the back and carried by your friends Karena and Folon. Folon will whisper in your ear, "I don't want to upset anyone, but I have learned of some of the happenings for the games that are coming up."
Well, your advice yesterday already saved our lives once, so, and you're about to, well, hopefully you can give us even more, and I just hope we can pay you back somehow. Actually, I have an idea, but before I get to that, what have you learned?
So, they are doing these grand spectacles in a way that has never been done before. They are going to do one to honor each of the 5 gods and each of the titans. They are also going to do events to honor some gods that may be called forgotten.
When you say events, do you mean like there will be competitions and trials that are themed for a specific deity? Or is that sort of just a fancy dinner kind of event?
From what I heard, the wizards in the Arcane Academy are opening portals to different planes of existence to bring out monsters for the athletes to fight.
Yukad looks at I'm something bad with names. Alec here.
Uh, I mean, Alakir is consumed by the conversation, so I don't know. I don't know if he knows this.
What sort of monsters are they seeking to bring about?
Your guess is as good as mine, Marceline, Folon will say.
They better not be trying to summon Dagon. The last one someone did that, there was several hundred million pieces of golden damage.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Marceline.
I also don't know what you're talking about.
It's kind of unusual for the king to try and honor the deities or the gods or the titans. I mean, I don't know about the titans. He does have Gaius at his side. So honoring the titans makes some sense, but honoring the gods? That seems a bit out of character.
You're not wrong. But, yes. And from what I've been told, the Titans themselves are going to make themselves known at these events.
Oh, good. Well, that's exactly what we need.
Can they? I thought we helped put a dome over the city for that exact reason.
Corinna will, pipe up, but Alakir, please go.
Well, the dome protects against Sidon's stormy rage, which by this time I think has subsided, at least temporarily. I don't think it protects against Titans literally appearing, especially if they're in Titan. I mean, appear may be a strong word. I imagine Sidon would not want to dirty his foot by stepping in the city, and Lotheria might just send a bunch of goldlings dressed as murdered children.
Yikes.
I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Hopefully she's not listening, although of course she is. But yeah, I think if they're holding an event that honors the Titans, it certainly makes sense that the Titans would make some sort of a presence. Though, Colin, you mentioned that, I mean, you're a world-renowned athlete, and I would expect you to know about the games. I do not expect you to know about this at all. But I thought that the portals and planar travel to other planes is really, really complicated in this world, and only certain places, the seams are thin enough to allow that sort of thing to happen. So the wizards just being able to do this sort of thing for the games is interesting.
I agree. It is interesting. And it must have something to do with this blessing of Kintamane, the Lord of Destruction.
Oh, that is tied, if I recall last games, that is tied to the Battle of the 100 Hands, right?
That's correct. The event to honor Lord Kintamane.
Alright, so they will summon a bunch of monsters to fight for this battle, I suppose, which makes sense, you know. For 100, even with 5 teams, you only have... he tries to do quick math in his head, but he can't. I don't know, 40 hands, so they need some monsters to close the gap.
Isn't he called like the 100-handed?
You caught?
No, it can't be.
Sorry, what? Yukad was eating his thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they wanted to go really, you know, be literal about it, then they would want like 50 entities to fight.
I mean, they could just get 16 Gigans, since they have 6 hands, so yes.
But aren't they kind of extinct? because of, and he'll point to his head. Well, I mean, anyway, this is kind of speculation.
Folon will say, I wish I could tell you more about why there may or may not be the presence of these elemental beings and how they're being summoned, but I think the person who would be the most knowledgeable about that is probably Chandris, and he gives me the willies.
Well, of course he gives you the willies. He put his willy on display.
He did.
Uh,
It was purple and
I
veiny.
thought he got over that.
He looks around
Angus
confused.
Angus silently eats his sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
He keep taking off his clothes. The one day I cursed his underwear so he couldn't take them off. He broke it
okay,
in 10 minutes. Then he took
Oh.
them off anyway.
that's crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't mean to derail everything, everyone. I just wanted to tell you what I've found out.
No, that's fair. That's, it's important to share what's on your mind. Elkir says, kind of staring into the distance. Well, anyway, yeah, Fallen, this is pretty useful. So, just to recap, so you said that there will be events, competitions that will separately honor the gods and the titans, or is that what you meant about the summoning of monsters and everything for the Battle of King's Domain, the 100 Helmets?
Yes, the events will be put in place to honor the gods and titans of this world, and we should expect that these creatures will be mobilized in all of these events. As you guys are walking and talking, you can see the palace from your current state. Sorry, I think I cut someone off there.
Oh,
No,
that's
I
fine.
mean, I was just gonna kind of conclude and say, well, that is mightily interesting. Well, thank you, Paul, on this. I mean, your expertise in this athletic endeavors proves ever useful to us. And to give you some semblance of a, I don't know, I don't want to call it a reward, but a gratitude perhaps. And he'll kind of lean up. Anyway, like he'll try to find Fallon's ear and say, so the thing is that I have 2 nights at the Siren's Roost, but I only really have 1 dance night in mind. So the other one I perhaps could give to you as part of our thanks.
Fulon looks to you and he gives you the face of someone who is very thankful, and he will reach his hand out and pull you into a tight hug, and he says, I'll take that. I'll take it.
Cool. Alright, thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
By the way, your meat as tasteful and as boosting to the constitution as ever.
He will nod, and you guys are now within the palace grounds. You are welcome within the palace again. The guards don't immediately try to... What's the word? Immediately halt your progress as they uncross their spears for you all to go inside.
Nice.
And the goal is to meet with Valis, Goddess of Wisdom.
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Also
Not
have
one
like a
officer.
Yeah, it's also to have like a safe place to chat if we can, especially about Yakad's situation.
We can finally crash the palace again, hopefully.
Absolutely. So you are met by the queen's right-hand woman, Macalia, the queen's guard. And Macalia will bring you back to the Chamber of Valis. So let me go ahead and activate that scene.
Duh.
Well, I'd have to get rid of somebody.
Yeah, he did. He did. Waiting for you guys within the Chamber of Valis, you see a familiar face. It is the priest, Aesop.
Oh, hi.
The priest bows deeply to you, Angus, and gives his reverence to the group. Hello, Chosen. I don't know if you remember our last meeting. It is I.
Hi, Aesop. Hi.
It is
Hello. Have we
good to
met?
see you again, because you heard what happened to Sula. Yes, you saw.
I did see. I was in the crowd when it happened.
We want him buried in the necropolis with the rest of the dragon lords and their line. He has the right, does he not, being descended from Adonis Nerdagon?
You see that the priest, when you mention Adonis, has a faraway look on his face when you say that name. And he says, yes, the last of the line. As his emotions are kind of coming out, you see that Queen Valis actually gives him a concerned look and a hand on his shoulder as he begins to, it almost looks like reminisce.
Oh.
Do we know what that's about? Can we insight check that, or is that just beyond us?
You can
Or is it
attempt
something
an
that's obvious? That's
you can attempt an insight check if you wish. I don't know if this information was ever made public, so yeah.
Whoa.
21.
Nice.
He's an, this is something that should be obvious to Elkir and others. He's an elf, right? So
Yes.
he can be old enough to be from those times.
Yeah, he is not a half elf or a human with ear implants. He is a high elf.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Novell, you think that when you mentioned Adonis Nerdagon, it was almost as if he had gone back in time and he was like looking at that person that you had spoke of. And it was the face of someone who was heartbroken.
Oh, poor baby. Yeah.
No.
oh, so he's probably like his boyfriend. I think
But-
Captain Obvious. I know.
But yes, it sounds like a feat that could be undertaken. I can oversee that his remains are brought to the necropolis of Tillamook.
Thank you, Aesop. We trust no one else with this but you.
Oh.
Of course.
Yeah.
I am here from Astoria to witness the games. It's the event of the century. The final games before the end of the Oath of Peace. What will happen to
Yeah.
our civilization in just a few months' time? Will the Oracle's prophecy come true?
Probably, I don't know. Can't see that far ahead in the future.
The game should be thrilling. Apparently, even certain titans are participating.
The queen will nod to you, and she will say, "Yes, I have been informed. The Isle of Themis has had a resident for quite a while. The Titaness known as Yala, daughter of Sidon and Lutheria. She is on their team."
Well, it seems like some sort of gerrymandering to me. But, well, I will defeat her anyway.
Does that word even apply in this situation?
I mean, they somehow maneuvered it to where a non-Amazon could be on the Amazon team, so...
And the Tower of Praxis is being represented by one of Sidon and Lutheria's children as well, Hergeron. But per the bylines of the Oath of Peace, there is no restriction on his children competing in the Great Games or in any other matters. She looks to you all seriously when she says this.
Well, that's one hell of an oversight.
Why do you think Sidon would send a team to participate in the games organized by the city that he so vehemently hates, apparently?
The Great Games have been an event long held, competed in by the greatest athletes of the world, not only of the settler races, but of the Fey races, the faces of the natives, all compete.
Are we in danger, Your Highness? Did he insert these Titan children to take us out?
These events are usually held with many rules in place. The only deaths that take place in the events of the Great Games were of the sacrifices to the gods and titans by the ceremonial Minotaur warriors at the beginning. She looks to Angus as she says this. However, thanks to your intervention, this barbarism has been removed. To be replaced. Go ahead, Angus.
Oh, he just blinks.
Oh, okay. To be replaced with the parade of teams. All that have registered and wish to compete. The Queen looks to you all, expecting some type of questions or any type of what do we need to know?
Well, Your Highness and your Divine Lady. Anyway, yeah, I was curious whether you had any advice for us in terms of, given that we were facing off against Titans, what competition or what event of the games would you say we should be most concerned about when it comes to facing off against these children of the Titans?
The final competition. When you are to fight in gladiatorial combat, in a battle royale against all of the other competitors. The other games will have tropes to them. Small niches where just because they have Titan physiology does not guarantee their winning.
That's nice and fair.
Well, and aside from that final competition, what other events and gauntlets will all the teams have to run and compete in?
She looks to you and says, there will be an event to honor each of us who have been given the burden of divinity. And then she looks to you and says, my event will test your cunning, your recall, and your reasoning.
The debates?
She nods. No. Or she shakes her head. No. No, those are for nerds.
Hey.
She shrugs her shoulders like, but you know I'm right. The great debates
He's right.
have their own rewards for those who aren't as physically capable.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, there is the great debates, and then there is this series of events honoring gods, and then there is the final battle.
She says there are the preliminary events, the events that have always been a part of the great games, that some people find maybe a little bit boring compared to the more exciting events. You will all have to qualify through these preliminaries. Otherwise, your team will not make it into the final battle.
Good to know.
Oh, see, you guys have to do at least one preliminary each in order to get yourselves through to the Grand Spectacles. And those will be the more traditional events. Was that like a groan?
Gotcha.
No, I was just like, oh yeah. Just didn't open my mouth.
What's the grand tradition? Is it like a free-for-all battle royale?
The Battle of 100 Hands, or what are you asking for?
The final event, though, like the one that the preliminaries are for, or that's just
So the prelims, which we're putting the cart before the horse, is going to be stuff such as jumping, running, throwing javelins, wrestling, boxing. Those type of events, which are not as exciting as the Grand Spectacles. And the Queen seems to almost be having a little bit of fun, because she doesn't want to reveal to you the exact nature of these events, because there's a little bit of that almost like Kira-like wonder to her at the moment.
Oh. Is our B team is with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So he doesn't eat no house cats.
I just kind of. I mean, I guess he would. Angus would try to give like Val's a look, and then give a kind of nod to his dad, Pythor, and try to give the subtle hint of you should talk to him.
also Valis. When you have the chance, can we talk one-on-one?
She looks to you and nods and says, "You have made a grand proclamation in front of the city. One that many would have had you not make."
Well aware.
I apologize if this is an awkward question, but I feel like I just have to ask. Is Yukad's mother, and he looks
We can
straight
talk
at
later about
Raz.
that.
I am not Yakad's mother, if that is what you're wondering.
Okay, that's all I wanted to clarify at this point.
She looks to you and says, "Yes, not his mother."
Yukad looks at you when he mentions his mother for a moment.
Well, unless
Also,
we have,
sorry.
unless we
I was
have
gonna
more
ask,
questions
did
about
Novell ever teach Yukad the whole party Thieves' Cant? Or only just Angus?
I think everyone.
I think everybody learned it eventually, and if we didn't do it with Yukaj, we would have by now for sure.
Okay, because Yakad will signal to Novell. Siren's Roost. Later.
She'll nod and kind of let everyone know since they're all within range of her.
What was Alec you're saying?
I was
sorry.
gonna say that, well, unless anyone else have any burning questions about the games, we perhaps could give you both some room and dream
Yeah.
later.
That's a good idea. We can go to the Siren's Roost, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be a good way to end the evening, I suppose.
I imagine Ambrosia would want to talk to us anyway about, her strategy and how to advertise for the Roost. Although I don't know how you
Right.
advertise the brothel during the games, but no.
I thought she'd give us the uniforms.
We have those, yes.
Are we not wearing them?
We are.
We are. We are.
It is a picture of the female symbol and a male symbol going through it.
Oh boy.
Because she essentially gave you guys, instead of like the sexy lingerie that she was hoping you'd wear, gave you like tabards for your armor to wear instead.
Yeah.
That's true.
But you guys could always just wear the sexy lingerie. I mean,
Sure, give me the lingerie and I'll summon some zombies.
Oh no. No.
I mean, I guess Novell could wear like oversized lingerie on top of her studded leather.
there's a market for that. Definitely.
Yeah, it literally would be leather and lace.
Well, the queen will say, well, it sounds like I have some conversations to be had. And she looks over to Pythor and she says, very, like almost curtly, Pythor, our sister does not respond. Since their fight with the betrayer, she has not returned to the Temple of the Five. I have not been able to contact her with any of my magics.
Well, about that, we did attempt to contact her yesterday night at the temple. And while we didn't get any verbal response, though the spell usually requires it, we did get a sense of overwhelming heat and despair. So we suspect that somehow her essence or she herself might be trapped or somehow confined in the fire plane or on the Isle of Fire.
Fire Island, the stronghold of the lizard folk and of their behemoths. Why would she be there?
Don't know.
And Pythor, you see, looks like he's like, well, Kyra is always resourceful. There's always something going on. We can't count her out yet.
Maybe it isn't leading to Kyra. Maybe it's leading to something else.
The spell does have a small chance of getting intercepted and lost in the flames.
No, not that. I'm talking about. What if it leads us? What if she's leading us to something that isn't her, but something that I don't know, but like an item or something.
That is possible. It's possible that she could only respond in a sense, and she chose to send us something that would lead us to the Fire Island. But regardless, that's where we should probably go as one of our first destinations once the game is over.
The queen nods.
Alkir will bow and just start backing out of the room.
And it sounds like you and I need to have a personal conversation, Valis will say to Yakad.
Yes. Let us talk.
She looks around to your
Sure.
allies. Do you wish for us to speak alone?
The party and us, if that's okay. Just us.
Alkir looks kind of confused because he thought that the idea was that they two were there for gonna be alone. That's fine.
No, but like I'm saying, like Ikad, the party, and Valis.
Sure. I was about to lament how I didn't prepare clairvoyance and I also don't have spell slots, but that worked.
But yeah, that's what you'll request,
Fine.
including you, Chandras.
Well, fine. You saw that Chandras was hiding behind one of the pillars, like getting ready to like jump out at the last minute to say some snarky stuff, but he sneaks back into the shadows, waiting for his moment to strike.
Put your fucking pants back on. You left them back in the stadium.
He says, "That's the one magic trick you don't know." Or, excuse me, that's the one magic trick you don't know, Marceline.
Oh, I
Instantaneous
don't think I haven't seen your
pants.
black book. You have a budget explicitly for pants. You wasteful fuck.
They're not. Marcin, did you check your pockets? They're not in the arena.
These pants don't have pockets.
Those are very poor pants.
Because
Chandras will say.
unlike you, I know this thing called armor.
I will
Anyways,
point out he's not an adventurer, like he doesn't need it necessarily. Anyway,
Chandras
like
will
this
start to
taking over.
start to slink away as he slinks and slinks and slinks.
Wow. Slippery.
And from what it sounds like, you also wanted the B team members to go, so they will start to exit.
Yes, just the party and Valis.
The Queen's Guard, Macalia, will look to the Queen, and she gives her the nod, like it shall be okay. And the room is cleared for the party and Valis.
So this room hasn't. I presume it does not have any. Cactus cannot hear us in here, correct?
No, this room is safe from any unseen sensors.
Good. Well, I suppose I should start from the beginning. For starters, when I was young, me and my mother lived somewhere out in the Heartlands. It was nice and peaceful until our house burned down and we both died. Thankfully, because of whatever reason, I was brought back to act as the martyr for Mitros and been acting as her divine servant ever since. Her agent on the world, per se. But through my own actions and discoveries, I found out that not only was Cactus my father, but he likely was the one who ordered the hit in the first place, the one who burned down my house. I have reason to believe that Cactus cannot Baruch in order a threat to the throne. So I'm keeping it succinct, but Cactus cannot accept a threat to the throne like me. One of the reasons I did it in front of the crowd because I know that he cannot simply brush it under the rug, and you didn't. But I have no doubt I'm under his watchful eye even now, especially in this palace. And he'll look at the party and Valis.
I feel a great deal of shame for this, for you. When my husband was young, he received a prophecy that he would complete no great deeds in his life. Versi the oracle,
Mediocre?
yes, proclaimed him to be the worst of fates for one wishing to be a hero, one to be mediocre. There was a second part to this prophecy, that all of Acastus's potential progeny would overshadow him. And there would be one of his progeny who would take his life.
Gee, I wonder why.
Since then, my husband has lived in fear of that obscurity. We have never been close to fathering child. And he is the same with his concubines. You are a great success, Yukard, for you survived.
Yukad nods. Well, I didn't really survive, but I guess that's a bit more complicated.
But you are here. And this is something that you need. And she will pull out from her robes a coin. And it is a coin of the Dragon Lords. And Valis will give it to you, Cod. Wear this. It is a demonstration of your bloodline and your house.
House Arclander.
She nods.
Why did Kyra hate the Arclander so much?
I mean, to be fair, they're not really hard to hate.
Yeah, but she had it personal. It was personal to her.
Her hatred is from her own disappointment in herself, for she was never able to see Esther for what he truly was. A butcher, not a hero.
How's Pythor taking the Kyra Bissing situation, by the way? Oh, he's out. Never mind.
Yes.
He's out, yeah.
He was asked to skedaddle.
Gotcha.
Yes, that is... So, Valis, I must ask you, what are the next steps? What am I to do with this coin? I presume it's more than just wear it around my neck.
You'll find that that coin might award you more power than it might be at present. As you feel the coin, Yukard, you feel that it is kind of filled to the brim with arcane energies. That coin is going to function as a stone of good luck.
Nice. What does that do again? I've looked it up.
Well-
+1 to AC and +1 to checks, I believe.
I am
Oh,
bringing
nice.
it to your sheet right now. Stone of
Or
good
saves.
luck.
Nice.
Gain a
That's
+1
good.
bonus to your ability checks and your saving throws.
Ah, it was close.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good item.
From here, the ocean, the Cerulean Gulf, calls out to you. She'll lean in and say, "All will be revealed beneath the stars of the warrior. Someone who knows the truth waits for you there."
Star of the Warrior. Okay, good to know. Also, the stone is not giving me the +1 AC. It's giving me +1 everything else, but not AC. Just letting you know.
Yeah, you said that.
Yes, because someone was talking out their butt. They will remain.
Yeah,
They will remain nameless. Who they
My
are.
bad.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're fine.
Ooh. But yeah. So, thank you. Any other advice, Alice? Aside from avoid the inevitable assassins my father sends after me.
Be true to who you are, and if it is true that my mother came to you and brought you back, follow her path.
Yukad kind of looks down at the coin in his hand, rubs it a bit, and puts it on his neck, but like under his robe, but like on his around his neck.
The queen will look him out. These games will be important to shape what type of allies you have for the Oath of Peace. It is imperative that you put on a good show.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is all very confusing to me.
But yes. Anyone else have any questions while we're here and can't be eavesdropped? I prefer if none of you talk about this outside of here, of course, because loose lips sink ships, as they say.
So where are we gonna hide the body?
We'll get there when we get there.
Well, about that, this didn't come up in the conversation, but I wanted to ask Queen Valas. The prophecy stated that the king would lose his life to one of his progeny. Now, there is only one of his progeny in the room and in the entire city as far as we know. How do you feel about that part of prophecy potentially coming true?
I do not have any wish for my husband to die. At one point, my husband and I were madly in love. Have we fallen from that? Yes. My husband, even from the perspective of the Oracle, could be a good king. And that is what I wish. I don't wish for him to die. I don't wish for his dragon to be partnerless. But if that is an eventuality we cannot overcome in the defeat of the Titans, then that is the way forward.
Wait, what's this about his dragon?
Dragons, when they are bonded to a rider, do not react well to their rider being killed. Mentally, emotionally, the spirit it can be dangerous for them. And, of course, everyone around them, if it were to happen.
So don't kill Akassis because Dragon Rampage. Okay.
I'm just letting you know of all of the potential pitfalls that are there.
And how much do you know about this dragon of his?
Icarus is strange, she says. He acts like a junior, a young dragon, though his body is advanced in age. It's a phenomenon that I cannot explain.
Do you know how Cassis found him?
There is a popular story that Icarus appeared to them on a mission where his soldiers were trying to find any last remnants of dragons or of the remnants of the Dragon Lords of old.
You don't believe that.
It's not all that I can believe. It's what I can prove.
And did Icarus show up in Mitros before the Silver Dragon that Commander Gaius rides?
Icarus
Was Icarus the first?
Icarus was the first.
It does give me an idea. Where did Gaius get his dragon from? Do you have any idea about that?
Where did the dragon Argon come from?
Yes.
The story is that a decade ago, my husband sent a group of adventuring heroes to scour the land for the last recesses of dragon eggs and the dragon lords, and that's where they met the dragon Icarus. And the dragon egg that would eventually hatch into the dragon Argon.
There's just random dragon eggs out there?
That is the story that has been told, that is believed by the public and by the peoples of this land.
This may sound odd, but have you tried talking to Icarus about this? Like, just Icarus?
Icarus and I do not have a relationship as such.
But Icarus and the heroes may be different.
You speak of Akassis' Order of Dragon Lords?
I'm speaking of the Order, the Heroes of the Heartlands. Or Cassis' own son.
I don't know, Is killing the children of rivals a thing in dragons? I know it's a thing in lions.
She looks to you. You wish to kill dragons?
I'm saying that if we try to talk to Icarus, Icarus might try to kill your cock.
If I die, I'll just come back. Be worried about it.
Well, I mean, unless we piss Icarus off, I think he seemed kind of receptive to us. Well,
He did.
he tolerated
Velas
us,
did say he was like a child.
which is kind of strange. And I also noticed that the other dragons that the Dragon Lord Order uses, they don't seem healthy or normal either.
You think they're being like aged artificially?
That is possible. But I don't know by what magic or by what whose power.
The queen will look out to the group. This
Yeah.
origin of eggs, this origin of dragons, it is, or it feels almost as of a similar tale to the origin of your friend here. What is the true story of our friend Novell? She looks to Novell. What is your reaction to these events?
What is she asking specifically?
She says, these revelations that have happened, and are you among the group wishing to learn of this origin, if it is indeed where the dragons have come from?
I will admit it is a curiosity, and I definitely want to know more. The arrival of dragons again, so closely toward the end of the Old Lapis, is quite alarming in some respects, especially since they all seem to be under the sway of King Augustus. So yes, I would like to know why and how.
She will look to you all and say, I also would like to know of this origin. For I'm frustrated as the goddess of wisdom that I do not have the wisdom to tell you what is true, what has happened.
Do you have an idea of where the dragons originally may have come from? Perhaps we could investigate the place and find some clues.
Dragons aren't
What?
native at all, aren't they? I thought that's how the legend went.
I mean, but the dragons who sailed here with the Dragon Lords could have laid eggs.
Well, we know one is still around there out there, right? The what's her face? Hexia? Yeah.
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 But what terrain do dragon eggs tend to like to grow in?
That solely depends upon the species of dragon, Valis will say.
I mean,
See, I ain't
fire is
crazy.
one of them, isn't it? Fire is one of them, isn't it?
She'll nod her head.
So he kind of like goes on like a, you know, like in college lectures when the professor like walks back and forth from the board when discussing something. Yukad starts doing that. So they mentioned that there's some remnants of the Dragon Lords out there, and Kara knew the Dragon Lords. But Kara's also addressing us towards Fire Island, and Fire Island is hot. With fire, obviously. What if there's a dragon egg on Fire Island?
Well, I mean, by that logic, why wasn't there a dragon egg in the forge?
Because the forge is different. It's not. It's civilized. It's not a nest. It's one thing if it's. But so there's also a bunch of lizard folk there, right?
Well, there
Someone
was
said that.
the forge keeper there, among one thing, and the whole thing looked like the inside of a
No, on Fire Island. I mean, I think Dallas mentioned that.
Yes, the Fire Island is home to the various tribes of lizard folk that live upon it.
Sounds like the perfect place for a dragon egg to be.
Valus
You know there
will
are like 13 types of dragons, right?
Yes, Dallas?
Valus will look out to you all and say, "Well, this conversation is incredibly stimulating. I am afraid I have other things to be doing. So, you all said that you need to be going to the Siren's Roost.
But not for
Yes.
that.
Well, and I believe my nephew here," she looks over to Angus,
Bleh.
"will be in needs of a good night's rest. If you are to be running the torch."
Oh yeah,
Probably a good idea.
probably.
Can your man in the Siren's Roost, can he ensure the place is safe?
What, my cousin? Or
No, the spy.
yeah,
I'm forgetting his
Half
name.
brother.
The guy at Siren's Roost. The guy at Siren's Roost.
yeah.
Callister.
He's the Callister.
Oh,
He's a half brother.
He's your half brother. I forgot about that. Can Callister ensure that the Siren's Roost is safe for the night?
I can send a raven to Callister. And you know that Callister was actually with you because he's in the B team.
Yeah, he's outside the door.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, given the revelations, I think it would be useful for us to be on our guards for all nights, including staying in the city. So perhaps we should establish the usual watch.
So we shouldn't go looking for Uriel's head today.
Your girl's head is gone. It probably got like liquidated.
Well, I mean, the day is young, but I am positively exhausted, so if we do go out, I will be of little use.
Guys, that thing is pretty valuable. I doubt they just liquidated it like that.
I mean, it was like in the house of one of the richest people of Mitros. It could just be things like a weird eccentricity. Probably could have just sold it.
Might have mounted it over his fireplace.
Yeah, and they probably would've just sold it because they thought it was like a weird eccentric thing.
Well, then we'll just find out who it got sold to.
Ever the dreamer.
Most of the days ahead of us, might as well use it for something.
But yeah, I think we should focus on more important things than getting a fairly theoretical Medusa's head back.
That's fair. But I don't know what else what we have right at this moment.
Yes, I think that solves my part of the meeting at least. Anyone else have anything to say?
No, I think we've taken enough of Queen Valus's time.
I think we're already half this time, Droost. Everyone's okay with that?
Oh, do you have like a library here in the palace or something?
She looks to you and says, "I am sorry, but all of the books of the palace, the scrolls, those are locked under lock and key by order of the king. I do not have access to that."
That why would he do? Okay, well maybe you know. And then Mark's
His access is a dick,
How long
that's
did it
why.
take them to get big?
She looks around. You're going to have to be more specific. What are you asking?
Out of here. How long does it take for him to get about the size of a horse?
Yoda's not in this room. I think you're confused.
I kind of assumed I never put him down.
You're kind of just gonna like pun him off the ledge.
He's not even a B team member. He's just a pupper.
Valus will look to you and say, as a fiendish creature, it would probably take the entirety of a human lifetime for that creature to get to a size that you could ride. But there are dark magics and expedient ways for those creatures to grow. The quickest way is for those creatures to consume other fiendish beings. Or,
Well, I already did that part a little bit, at least. I fed it the heart of its mother. Fed him the heart of his mother.
of course, for it to start to consume the bodies of humans. Is
I mean, like a Perryton?
she looks and says, "Yes, like a creature that does not exist in Thylea, like that." She
Perryton like elf heart. So, I mean, he could totally eat my heart. I don't need it.
Famous last words.
Valis will look on and say, "Well, excuse me, everyone. I have important business to get through. I hope you all have an interesting and, well, fulfilling evening before the beginning of the Great Games." And she will start to sashay away.
Yakad will put on a mask to disguise himself. He'll put on a same mask he has, but has like a fake mustache on it.
Okay.
Nice.
The queen will open the doors. She will exit. Your B team is waiting outside for you guys to continue your adventure.
Nivelle's going to quickly stop Micalia and try to get a word with her before everyone leaves.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, Micalia, do you have a moment?
She looks over towards the queen, and the queen will nod to her. So yes, she says, "Yes, I do have a moment to speak."
Have you had any recent news from Themis?
She sighs deeply, and she'll say to you, "When me and the Amazons that left the mainland to serve the queen, we became a splinter group. The news is few and far between, but I can tell you of some current situation."
Yes, I imagine with the team here and all the Amazons flooding the city that there would be some news.
Yes. Queen Thessacelia and her high priestess will not be attending the Great Games this year, as things on Themis are too tumultuous for them to leave for this event. So their team will be the representation of the nation this year. Including, as I'm sure you're aware, the Titan, Yala.
I must confide in you that during these games, I'm going to take the opportunity to announce myself as heir, rightful heir to the throne of Themis, and announce my candidacy for the throne. I imagine that we'll get back very quickly to the, and she like air quotes, the queen, upon the team's return. Will Themis be stable enough to await my arrival? Where I don't think it will be our first stop.
The Queen's Guard will look to you. Well, you will no longer have the benefit of surprise. I am positive that the island will not implode, but you will have a rougher time of it. Many Amazons will respect you coming out and not hiding in the shadows.
Yes, in a way, I want to do this as honorably as possible. I want her to know I'm coming for her and that her days are limited. I want her to live each day in fear that it will be her last. So not only honor, but also a little bit of badassery. Okay,
The Queen's Guard is looking at you with a little bit of like, that girl, like, that's badass.
Yeah, she's trying to come into her own and, learn more about being an Amazon. Do you know anything you could share about this Yala that I need to know about?
Yala is rumored to have been gifted the domain of strength. She is rumored to be as strong as her father.
Do you know if the throne becomes up for contention with my announcement? Would she throw her hat in the ring?
That I do not know. She is not a current challenger for the throne against the current queen, Thessacelia, nor has she made any grand political gestures. She seems to savor battle above all else.
Oh, great. Well, I hope to give her her fill soon enough. Thank you for your time. And she will rush back off to the group and say, sorry, girl talk.
Girl talk.
All good.
Well, I suppose then seems we're going to lick our wounds and then go find the head.
As Marcy says that, Novell gives Alakir a look and elbows him.
And what?
Yakad just sighs.
Oh, right.
Hey, I held on to that damn thing for like a week. I'm going to keep it.
It's gone, Marceline. Just accept it.
No.
Sometimes we have to let the things that we love go.
You're dead, you're caught, just accept it.
I kind of just looks at you, like, you really have room to speak there. This is not a fight you want to fight. This is not a war you want to fight.
Pretty sure I've died more times than you.
That's not a good thing.
I got better every
Not really.
time.
What happens when you don't get better?
One of your teammates was more selfless than you and sacrificed yourself to save you.
To be fair, you don't actually know that.
I know many things.
Is it because Mitros is telling you?
Yes. That's all fucking know, at least.
Everyone, I guess, Yakad make a deception check, and everyone else can make an insight check based on that deception to see if he can pull the God's telling me card.
Ooh.
I'm telling God.
He actually. Let's see if Marcy.
Novell's not paying attention.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Based on that roll,
I act one off.
Yakad gave you guys a fat whopper there with a zero zero modifier.
Nice.
It was revealed to me in a dream.
I mean, to be fair, we know that actually happened, so.
And who is it that rules over the dreams in these lands?
It was a joke, Marceline.
Shut up.
Okay, to the roost, yes?
Yes, let's go.
That time, I'm the only time to argue like a child.
Say, if Delta has to eat fiendish stuff to level up, so to say, if I traded him while holding a jar of abyssal sludge, what would happen?
I mean, probably not much, because.
I think the party just walked off and Marcine's just standing there, thinking that everyone else is just standing there.
Well, the rest walked off. I don't care, well engaged. So
Also, my cat's currently standing right in front of me on my desk.
cute.
Kitty, attack him!
Well, I mean, the Abyssal Sludge is not that much of a sludge. So I don't think it would give it that much.
I'm gonna go feed my cat, 'cause I think he wants food. I'll be right back.
But,
All right, you guys.
Bye.
Yeah. Do you? Essentially, it's just waste product. So it would not. I'm gonna just tell you, it would not level up your dog.
I doubt there's anything I can get that will do it in one go.
I mean, given that it would take a century, natural way, I'm sure it would probably take a whole lot. And also, I think Val said she would need to eat humans at this point.
No, she said fiends or humans.
Well, both are kind of hard to come by for different reasons.
I mean, there were plenty of other Cerberus down in the mine. Maybe we just find a pack of death dogs or something. I don't know. That might work.
Maybe. But until then, it's a long project. Let's go to the rooms.
Okay, you guys start walking out, and you can start walking towards the roost. Your B team is all waiting for you. You guys can start walking and talking across the city of Mitros. You are not stopped by anyone in the palace as you walk out.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is the kingdom bot broken?
no, I can hear it. Can everyone else?
It's not in the chat.
It's actually not in the chat yet.
Oh, I can hear it because it was playing for me the whole time.
Ah,
It's,
there we go.
I was wondering.
Yes, so you guys are in the city of Mitros, and you are heading to the Siren's Roost. Quick aside, I know that this is like an in-character thing, but for the session and for future sessions, can we chill on the in between character pettiness for just a while? I don't know if it achieved anything in character or if it advanced the story at all. So we're just gonna chill it on that. Is that acceptable for everyone? Just chill in on that.
Completely.
Cool.
Come back.
Cool. All right. So you guys are heading to the Siren's Roost. You get there. There is not a random encounter where you guys are attacked by an entire horde of white oxen.
Uh-huh.
Expensive.
Oh, I do want to ask. Are we counting our fame for this game?
Yes.
Did our fame increase at all after all that?
No.
Okay, thought I'd ask.
Wow.
At least.
Your fame is at 5.
Wow.
Got it.
I mean, we just killed like a random noble. Why would our fame increase from that?
Because it was the richest noble in Mitros, and it was like in front of the whole city.
But we did also end slavery and just completely upheave their social structure. So
Also that, yeah.
Well, yeah, but also not yet, because we only just
Yeah.
gave the documents.
True,
we have
true.
to be patient.
plus everyone's distracted about the games anyway. So.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I just thought I'd ask
I'm
because
sure that after the games we'll get more famous if we don't die.
I'm about to Simone Biles' bitch.
Oh my god.
Or not.
Wait. Does that mean you're gonna get the yips in your most famous performance? Are you sure you want to Simone Biles this?
The yips.
That is like a psychological phenomenon that happens to a lot of athletes when they want to perform and then they do not perform very well. Which happened to her at I want to say it was the 2021 Olympics. Anyways, so you guys are at the Siren's Roost. Aesop disappears.
Wow.
We need to talk to him about Coldbug.
I mean, he was
I
there.
didn't get a chance.
Did not get a chance. We can figure it out later, I guess.
I
I not get a chance. I mean, we didn't think of it and didn't speak to him about it, so that's our fault. But
I
yeah.
did think of it as we were leaving, but I didn't want to try it out with you, so we'll talk about it again later.
Waiting outside the Siren's Roost, you see a familiar buxom siren by the name of Ambrosia.
She's a siren.
Yeah, she's been a siren this whole time.
Yeah, did you?
I
Yeah.
wonder whose roost is this. But yeah, it's. I feel like it was mentioned, or maybe I just assumed.
No, it was mentioned. I recall it at least.
So she's standing outside. She's doing her normal activities, which includes pimping and pimping, as she is making sure that her prostitutes do the work for her that she asks them to do. As you all approach, she says, "Well, my. If it isn't the chosen of the Oracle, slayers of the Great Boar, and now representatives of the Siren's Roost in these great games."
Yeah.
Yes, we're still alive, which is a good start.
Yes, that was quite a fabulous victory over that blowhard Tara Nerdagan. I really appreciated the fact when Novell was able to backstab him, and then he died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just out here pimping, doing my typical activities, making sure that all of my girls and guys and anything in between are living up to their genetic potential. Is there anything that I can help you out with?
I think maybe a couple people might want to cash in on their free night.
Oh, of
Oh, yeah,
course. So we got some people wanting to wet their whistles. Well, follow me. Any whose whistles need to be wet, and we'll get you stopped. And any who wish to engage in the one night of pleasure can go with Ambrosia.
Well, Alec here has stepped
Mikado-
away, so yeah.
Mikado stepped away as well.
He's just like, I just want to sleep. I don't need a night of pleasure. I'm good.
He looks at Marceline. Are you gonna cash in?
I don't sleep.
Oh my god. You don't sleep?
Well, after about the third death, I decided screw Lutheria. I'm not even gonna give her the chance. And she somehow
That's-
did it anyway.
Hot. But everyone needs sleep. I'm so
No,
confused.
I don't. I just sit and cart figurines.
No.
Just Angus kind of just stands awkwardly.
Do you want to go get some mead?
Sure.
I have-
That's what you're trying to say.
I have 8 silver.
That should be enough to buy what you have. You just don't buy the expensive stuff.
Okay.
Heck, that can get you a nice salad too.
Can it?
I mean, again, just don't buy the expensive stuff.
True. Novell, are you going to cash in on the night?
I can't. I gave mine to Alec here, so.
Oh, do you want to go get meat with us?
Sure, but and she like holds out an empty purse. I have no money.
I have.
There has to be
It's
some
silver.
left over from our sponsorship. That couldn't have been everything.
It was everything of mine. I don't have any money left.
I think we had like the oil and stuff, and the potions, and
Well, I
yeah,
got
we're kind of.
19 silver. So
We
Well,
can
you're
go get
rich
some.
amongst us because I'm broke.
You can go get some cheap beer.
I mean, it doesn't have to be cheap, just not expensive.
Yeah. Let's go. Because
Yeah,
we
you
have
guys-
to also figure out what the heck I'm doing running. What does that even mean?
Yeah, you guys can go inside and get that. Your friend and ally, Folon, will explain to you. Well, as I have witnessed the running of the torch before, I can let you know that it begins in the Harbor District. From the Colossus of Pythor. They alight a large brazier there, and you run the torch throughout the city, lighting the other braziers.
I imagine the route is marked, Angus, so you would just follow the colored markers.
I mean, I don't really think I need to. I could just take a walk around the city tonight after drinking, and I'll always remember. Because of my brain.
Oh yeah, that's a Minotaur thing.
I'll always remember. So what the heck is the whole deal? We've got now, what, what did somebody say? 3 royalty in our party? No. We've got me, apparently. I don't know what the hell that means. Got Novell, and now your card. What's up with that?
It happens.
You know, Alec here is a high card
Ah!
church.
Your card's just behind us again.
You got to stop doing that. It scares me.
I was always there, Angus. You have to be more perceptive. Let's look.
It's kind of fucked.
Folon will engage you again and say that the route is to probably 6 of the major braziers throughout the city. So you could probably expect to go to the Temple of Sidon, the Temple of the Five, the Temple of Lutheria, the Arcane Academy, the Palace, and let's see, and finishing off at the peak of Mount Vulcan, where the competition is to take place.
And I would assume that it's primarily like athletics checks, OOC, to light the braziers, or is it more intense than that?
Could be Constitution, depending on how long you're running.
That's fair too.
Folon will say, "I've never been the runner before. We'll have to go to the statue tomorrow morning and find out what they have in place for us."
I mean, I usually feel kind of more bolstered with the shield on me.
He kind of like holds the shield, Esther Savage shield, and he's like, I don't know if like maybe we could like
Paste the banner over it a bunch, because I don't know how comfortable I am like showing off this shield with everything that's
part of
happened.
the effect. It doesn't bolster you unless it's visible.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, it is an angry shield. You don't have to use it.
he'll just like kind of like half hand it to you and then be like,
I'm probably not going to use it, but
I mean,
you want to hold
I'm
on?
using it for battle.
Do you want to hold on it for me for a bit again?
Sure.
Okay. Shall get.
how much do I spend on salad and mead?
You can get yourself a full meal here at the Siren's Roost for 2 silver. It's not expensive.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it says somewhere in the PHP that like a squad meal is like 3 copper or something. So yeah. You get the good stuff, but not the really good stuff.
There's a lot of dancing. It's very loud in
We can
here.
afford the really good stuff, anyways.
Not right now.
We have no money.
Well, you can. You still have like 200 gold, don't you?
I don't think I do. I have 0 gold.
Yeah, we spent it all on potions.
I thought we only bought 4 potions.
No, we also bought a potion of growth and some
yeah,
oil.
that's where most of the money went to.
Yeah, which I still have. I didn't get to use it.
Ocean of Swole. Big gulp.
So, since you all are adventuring and going through in this tavern filled with exciting peoples who do exciting things for money, are you all going to roll on the carousal table as you guys
The what?
get crunk? There's a carousal table. Do you want to roll carousing to see what happens to you all this evening?
Sure. I don't keep his mask on. It stays
I
on.
think Angus will not.
Wait, is this in the Siren's Roost?
Mm-hmm.
Angus, the cod does not.
Yeah, I think Angus is like focused on the running. So I think he just drinks his mead, eats his salad, and he goes passes out.
But you didn't even put your Caesar salad sauce on it.
I don't need it. I just eat it raw.
It's the
Raw
best
better.
part.
No, I don't want this. I don't want it.
At least eat your croutons. You need the carbohydrates.
Don't give him to Jimmy. Jimmy, here, have a crunchy.
Oh, by the way, that is a common misconception about the whole carbo loading thing that has been debunked. Because your body basically uses those carbohydrates as you're sleeping to make sure that you don't, fucking flip out in the middle of the night.
Nerd speak.
So carbo loading is just not a thing. And all it does is get people constipated. So don't eat a bunch of pasta before a 5K.
Angus does a bunch of squats and then he goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But the croutons and the Parmesan cheese are the best part.
I know, but they're not the healthiest part.
They're the best part.
Ah.
It's a lie.
While we're waiting for Alec here to get back, Novell will platonically talk to Callistor since he's on her B team and just find out more about him. Like, how did a guy like him
Take psychic damage.
end up in a place like this?
Well, you see, it was a strange situation. I was born. My mother. She was a paramour of Pythor's here in Mitros. From the day that I can first remember, she's told me to fear the skies, for the Emerald Claw will come for me surely one of these days, as all of Pythor's bastard children are destined to die under her fang.
So you say... Oh, go ahead.
He was just going to say, I was stronger than all of the other kids, a better lover, and more handsome. Undoubtedly, from my father's influence.
Yukad looks at Angus.
What's up?
So you spent your entire life hiding who you are, afraid of assassins coming for you, and not being able to take what is yours, your legacy.
Yes.
No, Novell, I don't think that's...
Exactly.
She'll put her hand on his and say, I know what you go through, for that has been my
As
life
do
as well.
I. As do I.
It seems we all are dealing with this situation. Maybe in slightly different ways, but the concepts are all there. I fear the dragon Hexia will come for me.
Well, she will have to get through all of us first.
I know that we can all beat that green bitch if she comes. And if there's anything that I know what to do, is when a bitch comes.
She'll withdraw her hand. Okay.
He says, I'm sorry.
That's how you treat women in bed?
He says, men can be bitches too. And he winks at Angus.
So Daniel's going to be a while. We might as well just... Yeah, cool. Maybe
Okay.
we say he gets his night. And
Absolutely. Should we have him roll on the carousal table? $57.
I'm not
Yukad.
I'm kind of curious. God, what?
God, you're partying.
The mask stayed on.
Okay, so you guys can all get a long rest this evening as you prepare for the morning. And you know that you need to head out for the Colossus of Pythor in the morning. And you need to be there before dawn.
Oh yeah, Angus would be bright and early. He'd be like slamming on. Actually, no, he would. Would I make an insight check to know when Folana is done with his business? What would I do? I'd wait.
What is Volon doing?
Fulon
He's-
is getting he's getting laid at the moment.
Still?
Well, that's his plan for the evening.
We're all sleeping right now.
I thought we already time skipped to the next morning. I was about to say.
Nah.
I was like, the sun is already up. He's still going at it.
He's an endurance athlete, okay?
Long distance.
Okay, in the morning, your B team is all waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs. They're all dressed and ready to go. They all have their little cups of coffee because it is only 4:56 a.m.
Hey, since Yauda isn't a beast, but actually a monstrosity, does that mean he can eat chocolate and it won't kill him?
Yes, he can consume chocolate without killing him.
I shall give him a little mocha. With cream. Lots of creamer.
Okay?
Does anyone want to wake up or gather Folon and Alakir?
Oh yeah.
Or
I can
do we
do that.
just let them, you know?
Just Angus is already walking in.
Hold on, we gotta go.
Folon
Yeah,
is
chill.
kind of laid out in full regalia next to the 4 women that he invited back to his room.
Hold on, time to go.
Folon will sit up, and it's very strange to watch a centaur sit up as their human half and then their horse half starts to rise. And he says, "Oh, it's that time already. Well,
Yep.
thank you, everyone." And he will stand up and he will throw some gold coins onto the ground, and he will head off with
Clean
you.
yourself up.
Oi. Not on the ground. Be nice.
Angus will pick up the gold coins and put them very neatly on a side table and then leave.
Okay.
Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman. Be nice. They work very hard to deal with this shit.
He's like, "You're right."
Be nice.
At what state does he find Alakir in?
I don't mess with Alakirs. I just very gently tap on the door.
Alakir, we're leaving. Okay, bye.
After a few minutes, Alakir will come out with some noticeable kind of red hickeys on his neck.
Whoa.
He will
How
look
they
to
wrote
saying,
those notes.
did he get a sharp teeth girl this time?
Did you say sharp teeth?
Marcy has sharp teeth. Are there any other sharp teeth women in this establishment?
No. Unfortunately
Did
enough,
he get a sharpie?
they didn't hire any sharp teeth woman at the. Okay. So you guys can begin your journey to the Colossus of Pythor.
Okay, let's go.
See, Marcy has sharp teeth. Right there, see?
Hey, or if the just for the schedule, the running, is that an all day thing, and then the parade's tomorrow, or is it the running and parade are all today?
Well, the first thing that you guys notice is that the town is hushed. All of the normal, like, flames and lanterns and torches that are typically out have been extinguished. This is going to be kind of an all-day thing.
Also, it's like July 5th, where everybody was like kind of up late and high before, and now everybody's hungover.
Yes.
This is it?
Well, as someone who doesn't celebrate July 4th, because now I have dogs and a baby, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Plus, it is literally burning money, and I can get why you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, I liked to blow things up. Now that I'm older, I don't. Anyways.
now that you're older, you like to sleep.
It was the time that we were driving home from my mother-in-law's house, and my dog was leaking anal juice from being terrified of the fireworks that did it for me. Anyways,
No.
as the party approaches the Colossus of Pythor, the harbor district is silent as the first beacons of sunlight begin to break over the horizon. The Colossus. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. No. Please continue. I'll do it after.
I was going to say the Colossus is kind of glinting in the sunlight. It's bronze metal, kind of reflecting the city back upon itself. The vendors are setting up their stalls as described. There is the smell of baking bread and sea salt on the air.
Oh, sweet potato.
So,
Sweet potato.
Novell last night, since she didn't carouse after they had their drinks, would have taken Angus's tabard and fashioned it into a loincloth for him, since that's all he would wear anyway. That way he can have the tabard, still advertise for the roost, and as be as naked as possible, but not naked. And she'll present it to him, saying, for your run.
Oh, okay. Where do I put this?
Well, ideally you put it on.
But his scarf?
It's not scarf, and she'll point to his waist.
Oh, it is loincloth. Got it.
And he will just start unrobing in the middle of the street and put it on.
Angus, don't be a Chandras.
What?
Don't be a Chandras.
What does that mean?
Don't hang dong in front of a crowd.
There's no one here. Fine, I will
That
go
guy right there throwing the sweet potatoes you wanted to eat.
I will go into an alleyway. God.
God.
He'll just go into an alleyway, he'll change and come back out.
Was that really so hard, Angus?
Yes. It took me a whole second to go into an alleyway. You could have just done it right here.
Yeah, but look at it this way. Now you're better than Chandras.
Although apparently he can't read with body parts, so, there's that.
Okay, yeah, no, Angus is flushed. He goes in over and buys everybody potatoes.
You can run on a stomach full of potatoes?
I need potatoes to run.
It's a big minotaur.
Oh, you
I
could
need,
eat my
like-
potato. I don't think I could eat today.
He's already chomped down on like 2 potatoes, and he's like,
Angus, this is a sweet potato.
Where is it?
It's a yam.
I'll eat it under your...
I mean, they're easy to get confused. Just they're yams.
he's eating like 5 yams. He's also like slightly doing squats and stretches as we're walking.
I heard
Just
that
to make
yams
sure
go
he's-
great with milk and cream.
Oh, milk.
Yeah, for some reason you don't eat sweet potatoes with it, but you do eat yams with it.
Wait, aren't milk and cream the same thing?
No. Cream is like refined milk.
Angus's ears steam.
So, as you guys are getting closer to the base of the Colossus, you see that the scholars of the Academy of Mitros have convened. Their robes, a stark contrast to the surrounding festivities. In the foreground of this is a brazier. One of the scholars holds an unlit torch as you all approach. Standing near this brazier is a scholarly looking woman wearing almost blue like robes in the style of the scholars of the Arcane Academy. She calls out, "Hello! I recognize you are the chosen, and you are our runner." She
Hey-o.
looks out to you and says,
He flexes.
That's me.
"I am Archimedes.
Oh,
I am the Grand Chancellor of the Great Games."
pleasure to meet you.
Yes. Before you make your run, I need to test you.
Okay.
Novell will step up protectively in front of Angus. What sort of test?
I need
You're
to...
not gonna like pull out some tape and measure his thighs, are you? That'd be creepy.
No, nothing like that. I need to ask you a question. You and any who will be acting as support for you on this run.
Okay.
She looks
Who
to
will
you
be my
and
support?
Yeah, is everyone in the party planning to support Angus? Be his athletic supporter?
I could summon Bob. He's one hell of a hype man.
Sure, why not?
The only thing I can do is cheer for you. Like,
Boss
I
can
get-
run alongside you. He can't get tired.
The academic scholar will look to you and say, "Your question, then. Tell me, is the nature of good and evil inherent in actions, or do they reside within the intentions behind those actions?"
Angus would just kind of look at her.
Could you repeat that?
Yes. Is the nature of good and evil inherent in actions, or do they reside within the intentions behind those actions?
Oh God.
Okay, Angus, if you do a nice thing, is it nice even if you did it to be mean?
His ears are steaming right now as he's thinking about this question. Because, like, at one hand, it's like if your intentions are, this might be a little bit too much. Caleb, would you mind writing it out? The quote that she said, I could reread it.
Yes. She will hand you a slip of paper, and written on
no.
it is the nature of good and evil inherent in actions, or do they reside within the intention behind those actions? She
Oh
looks
my
to you
God.
like she's the moderator of a debate.
Angus's ears are completely steaming because, like,
I think you're killing him.
Novell will subtly tap Angus's thigh twice. That helps. She thinks it helps.
I mean, I think an action is dependent on intention anyway. So sometimes good people do bad things and they don't mean to. So probably in the intentions.
Huh. Surprisingly deep of you.
Angus's ears are completely steaming, and he wipes a little bit of blood drooling from his nose.
Angus,
okay.
don't strain yourself, Angus. You already gave your answer.
I'm okay.
What an interesting answer. Thank you. My test was to make sure that you were prepared, mentally as well as physically, to go in this challenge.
Okay.
She
I
had.
was just running around.
Yes, they make it seem like that will be it, but it is not. Here is your unlit torch.
Oh boy.
You must light the torch in the fires of the Grand Brazier before you. You will need to run to the Temple of Sidon, then to the Temple of the Five, the Academy, the Great Palace, the Temple of Lutheria, and then finally, Mount Vulcan. Each of these places, there will be an academic scholar there to give you a challenge.
Oh no! What did we do to poor
Oh my
Angus?
god.
Oh no!
So, just to make sure I recall this, Sidon's Tower, Tower of the Five, Academy, Palace, Lutheria, and then Peak.
Yes, the Mount Vulcan.
This is gonna be great with-
Naysayer? I'm gonna have to go get Naysayer. I need to follow Angus for this.
This is going to be great with Angus's 8 intelligence, unless somebody has anything that that can help him at this moment.
I mean, I can be
Angus
in the.
Reid.
Yeah.
Angus Reid.
No.
We're gonna need to do all
Hey.
the moral support we can.
I
Okay.
will look at Angus and say, "You can do this. We have faith in you. Just
Okay.
if you don't have to answer from your head, answer from your heart.
My heart is pounding
Yep.
so fast.
Your heart is strong, and in it beats that of a god. You can
I
do
think
this."
so.
And
Feel like a god!
And your
Alright.
team can come with you. There's nothing stopping them from helping you out. She looks.
I mean, I don't. There's only one person that would be able to keep up with me, and that's Alakir, and I don't know how. Alakir can get real fast.
and then
Novell can,
here.
yeah, Novell can beat you if she wants.
No.
It's just you won't
Novell is
contest that.
insane.
Yeah, yeah. She can. She's literally Chitara at this point.
It's like,
Yeah,
why
and
aren't you
Marcy
doing?
can just ride Naysayer.
Why aren't you doing the thing? Okay, all right. He'll.
If you want, and Novell will put on the lingerie from the roost.
Ah!
Sure.
Well,
What?
What?
Putting
I'm just helping advertise.
Okay.
did you put that on with something under it, or just by itself?
I'll say she still has her leather armor on. She just puts it over the leather armor.
Okay,
That's
looking
something
great,
I think.
Novell.
No, I mean I'm actually wearing more clothes now. Oh, technically she has a dress on usually, so yeah, I guess she is far less clothing, but she's still covered. Her armor is still there.
The scholar will say, "Well, I am impressed. You have your allies here to assist you. Many times runners have to do this completely on their own, but I think this is a great testament to your unity."
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Angus is not excited about having to do tests, but he'll start the ceremony.
Excellent. So we see Angus take his unlit torch and dip it into the fires of the brazier. It glows a deep purple flame from your torch. And with a start,
Oh, cool.
you all begin to take off from the brazier towards the Temple of Sidon. There are cheering crowds members as the light of day starts to break as the sun is coming up. People are cheering for you, Angus. People are cheering for you guys as you're running through the city. The crowds even part when there are merchants that are kind of like trying to set up their tents. People are trying to get their sweet potatoes. The sacrifices that are occurring are stopped momentarily as you run by. Quickly, as you guys are running through the city, the Temple of Sidon comes into the view. Its architecture shows statues of muscular male warriors lining the path up to its peak, up to the altar. Each one posed as if bearing a heavy weight up across its shoulders. The air, even though the temple is kind of far from the harbor, is heavy with the scent of the ocean, and it is mixed with the aroma of incense. And you can hear the sound of waves crashing against the shore as you near the temple. Standing outside the temple, you see a tiefling woman.
Well,
Hey, tiefling!
ayo.
She says, "You are the runner. I
Yeah.
am Atreus.
Hello.
I am one of the masters of the Arcane Academy.
Cool.
In order to light
Right.
the brazier here at the Temple of Sidon, you must succeed in a feat of strength to impress me and all of the onlookers.
Oh, that's easy. I could do that.
Yeah, that's really strange.
There are 3 challenges that I will give to you to see if you're able to impress me and the Lord of Storms.
Okay.
Your first, you must lift this statue, and in front of her there is a wrestling statue of what appears to be a Sidonite cast in bronze.
Angus will be like,
Okay, I can do that. Will you back up like 30 feet, please?
They start to wave to people to go back.
Okay, thank you.
And before Angus begins to lift the statue, like gripping the torch in his teeth, he will rage.
All right, give me an athletics check. I guess a wild magic surge too.
Yeah, I was about to say something fun's gonna happen. Oh, cool. I guess the torch is technically what I'm holding, so it starts glowing, and he is going to give an athletics check with advantage. Shift. That's a 23, sir.
All right, with a 23, Angus, you can describe how you start to lift up this statue.
He just hoists it. He goes from the knees, goes from the legs, and he just hoists it in the air above his head. And if a 23 allows me to kind of twirl it, kind of twirls it and then puts it back down.
If the statue of Lathander is stuck, you must hit it. I mean, what?
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 What happened? I did it.
Excellent. So the statue is moved. The priestess, or excuse me, not the priestess, the scholar looks to you and says, "Impressive. Now that you have completed this task, now I have something more challenging for you to do."
Okay.
Why did you say that like that? Okay. Okay.
Well, he's trying to maintain his rage.
Nah, man, he's afraid of what she's gonna say next as she pulls a whiteboard out from behind her. What's 2 plus 2?
No, not 2 plus 2.
She says, "You must arm wrestle one of our champions from the Temple of Sidon." Walking out from the Temple of Sidon, you see a Cyclops.
Pricks his neck.
Okay.
They are wearing a loincloth. They are 15 feet tall.
Damn.
Just to give Alakira feedback, we are starting the run. Everybody is running with us. We are currently at the Temple of Sidon and doing tests per lighting each torch.
Thank you.
And also, Alakir had a wonderful night at the Roost.
I'm sure he did.
But yes, now I have to arm wrestle a Cyclops.
You see
It's a
that
good thing I didn't do this.
Badly injured.
Boy.
he says, "My name is Doris. Let's see what you can bring to the table, little man." And you can give me an athletics check with advantage. Well, I mean, he's 15 feet tall.
Novell will look at him and say, "You did
Oh
your way
my
to the
God.
toilet, right?"
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Can I not? Oh my god. A 2 and a 1? Really?
Well, you still have your Faxpiration, and you could still succeed at a cost.
Hell, Faxpiration with a 7, so it's a 15 or 16.
A 16 is enough. So we see
God.
that you're starting to push their arm down, and you're able to defeat them in this arm wrestling match.
Go ahead,
I got a strain. Damn it.
All right,
iPad.
the final challenge that they produce. They say, "Your final test is a test of endurance." And they show you the most intricate looking body pose, monkey tree grows legs from yoga. And they say,
Oh.
"You must hold this pose for 1 whole minute."
I mean, I can do that. But what about the torch? Is the torch okay?
I say, that's part of the challenge. You have to hold the torch as you do monkey tree grows legs. You have to figure out.
Is it still like lit?
Yes.
It's still lit. Okay. Yeah, sure. Can try that.
All
Yeah.
right. So you're going to have to give us one final athletics check. This is going to be the hardest DC in order to defeat this challenge.
Now, is my rage still active?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can make it with that advantage. Oh my god.
Take my,
That-
I give him my expiration. I know
That's
I know
insane. Can I succeed at a cost?
Right now, that would put you at a 12, and the DC for this final challenge is an 18.
That's insane that I rolled
can't
the
give
same
my
thing
expiration.
twice. So I fail. There's no
Wait.
way unless I what?
This is technically a team effort, you said, right?
Yes, this is what do you think that you could do here to try to increase Angus's chance of success?
Could we donate our facspirations?
Sure. Yeah, you guys could donate them. Who knows?
I'll donate mine.
All right, go ahead and roll your
If that one
cards.
isn't up, then you'll take mine.
So
Okay,
I'm
you
rolling
got it.
2d8.
You're rolling
Five.
1d8. That's a 14. 14 is close enough if you wish to succeed at a cost.
I
No, you
Marceline,
said it was
Marceline, give you yours.
18. Yeah, I'll give him mine.
I think.
All right, go ahead and roll hers. You're within
Come on,
3.
yes, you can do it!
Alrighty, that would put you at a 17.
I'll succeed at a cost.
Okay. You succeeding at a cost outside of combat to hold this super challenging pose. Let's see what happens.
No, these Saturday Nights what for? You strong.
Oh
No.
my
Yeah.
god! This is why I didn't want to succeed at cost. Because I knew this exact thing would happen.
Cool.
So as you're holding this, you feel something twinge in your lower back.
Can I spend hit dice
Oh yeah, you can do that. I think.
to get rid of this, or is this an effect that I can't do with hit dice?
This will cost you 3 hit dice to get rid of.
I will spend 3 hit dice. At a barbarian.
You're half cramped, but you held the pose like a. Like
No, I don't like this.
Absolutely. So the I keep wanting to call her a priestess. The academic looks at you and says, "I've never seen anyone pull off Monkey Tree Grows legs so well. You may light the brazier."
Thanks. Okay, thank you. And lights the brazier really quickly.
As you light the brazier, it begins to turn a deep blue, and your torch, the color has now changed from purple to blue.
Oh, fun. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Let's go.
Monkey Tree Grows legs, by the way. Google isn't giving me results.
I guess you'll just have to use a stronger search engine to find what Monkey Tree Grows legs looks like.
Gotta use Bing.
Monkey pose.
Anyway, moving forward to the 5.
So begin to run forward. The 5, the temple of the 5, lay out ahead of you. The temple is obviously dedicated to the pantheon of the settler races. The location is clearly dedicated massively to the goddess Mitros. Waiting for you is another of the arcane masters, Chalcedon. He appears to be a very handsome Bashonin type character.
Oh no, he's hot.
He's half elfin.
Not another one.
Not another one. Help. Send help. Oh,
He's-
he's like jogging in place in front of this guy. Hi, how's it going?
Oh, you look like you're quite sweaty.
Can I sweat? Kind of lifts up a bit. Am I sweating?
I don't
With or
sweat.
sweat? Yeah, we know. We know that. And nothing's wrong with that. Anyway,
Yeah.
my
it's-
torch.
Yes, before you can light the torch, I have a riddle for you.
Oh boy.
I am born from the earth, yet I touch the sky. I can be still as a mountain, yet flow like the tide. In me, the spark of life and the darkness of death reside. What am I?
God.
Come on, Angus, that's an easy one.
Could we get a written born as Earth, born from Earth, highest sky,
I would guess
stiff
something
as
like tree,
Build
but
the mountain, yet flows like the wind, spark of life.
I
Float
would
like
guess
butterfly
a
sting on your
tree,
beak.
but I don't know.
Angus, come on, that's an easy one. You can do it.
Is there any way for Angus to make a check to get a hint?
Absolutely.
Intelligence, wisdom,
You
something.
can do intelligence religion to reflect upon the teachings of the five, and this could be made by one of your party members who is trained in the ways of the five.
Who might,
Oh.
you know,
Do that.
I don't know, worship Mitros.
Or you could actually, but I mean, Elkir would he's volunteering to do that.
He just whispers in Angus's ear.
Is 16 enough for this, or should I bump it up?
Based on this, so based on your teachings, you know that trees grow from the earth and extend up towards the sky. They stand still and sturdy, but their branches and leaves can move and flow in the wind. Trees, despite how they, may appear to some people, are alive, and they do age and do die. So, based on the teachings of Mitros, the answer very well could be a tree.
So Elkir will use our silent thieves can't sign language to sign tree.
A tree.
That is correct. You are quite skilled in the ways of riddles.
Yeah.
You will be very
Yeah.
good in the great games against the most challenging of great debate opponents, the Riddle Master.
Oh, the master debates?
No, those are from the Great Games After Dark.
Oh. Wait,
I
what?
bet he can't explain why water isn't wet.
Because water was around Marceline too long, and it dried up.
Oh, you shut your face.
You set yourself up for that one. Okay, the Arcane Master will get out of the way for you to start lighting the brazier.
Lighting up. It's lit, babe.
Light it up. Light it up.
Oh, wait, no, it's fam. It's lit, fam.
Okay, as you light the brazier, the flame of your torch turns green. The flame grows higher, and you see that the sconces surrounding it also catch flame. And this phenomenon seems to be kind of moving throughout the city.
All right, to the palace. Oh God, is Valis gonna give me a riddle? I don't know if I'll be
You've
able to
already
solve
gotten
that
two
one.
riddles. They can't give you another riddle. That's not fair.
It was hurting my head. Thank you, Alakir.
You handled that one well, so I'm sure you can do it again.
Uh-huh. You missed when I did the cat pose and I twisted my leg.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That looks painful.
Yeah, a little bit. Sorry, Jimmy. You almost fell.
He
Oink.
always saw you twist like that and was remembered there was something else that was twisting last night.
Stop.
Throws a yam at Marceline.
Get some deadly
Also
yams.
catches it perfectly on her cheek horn, and then
Oh.
can't get it off.
Ha!
It stuck right against my face.
Good.
This was not a good idea.
All right,
Yes.
the academic will point you that it is time for you to head to the academy.
Oh, yeah, we were on the way. It's not the palace. It's the academy next?
Yep, the academy and then the palace.
Oh, okay.
A place of learning
I
and
got this
philosophical
reversed.
thought. It presents a challenge to your character's wisdom, reasoning, and ability.
Oh, boy.
You see that it is a grand hall filled with scholars, books, and artifacts.
I look at Marceline. Help!
Oh, this is right up my alley.
Waiting for you as you approach. You see that there is a gnome.
Oh my gosh.
Hello! I am Keradotos, one of the masters of the arcane.
You have a very pointy hat.
That's not the only thing that's pointy. Hey! But
I did not want to know that.
we have no time to discuss that. I must ask
No,
you
we do not.
a complex philosophical dilemma,
Help.
and you must present your argument in order to light this brazier.
Okay.
He looks to you, he says, "Are you ready?"
He kind of like tries to sign to Marceline, and it's just help.
Marcy just
Yeah.
Can I cast a spell on Angus?
Yes.
I will cast Enhance Ability for Intelligence and say, "You got this, buddy."
Oh, my brain.
His brain grew 3 sizes that day. Unfortunately, had a fatal hemorrhage as a result.
I mean, it is still a -1 with advantage. So
Yeah, but like I think it would also help to decipher whatever Marceline tells me. So
that's fair too.
Lit. Okay. The small gnome looks to you all and says, "It's important that you all work together to answer this. It's going to be a very challenging riddle.
Okay.
Is it more virtuous to act justly out of duty, or out of the desire for a just world?"
So you're saying truth versus ideals.
I said, "Is it more virtuous to act justly out of duty, or out of the desire for a just world?"
Ooh, that's a tough one. Can Angus make maybe more of an insight check on? Oh, I don't know if that would be an insight check or an intelligence check to, because that is something that he's thought about this concept. Because like, especially with what we've done so far.
well, yes, yeah. Sorry.
Well, this feels less like a proper riddle and more just like a straight up opinion, since it is philosophical. So it's really more what you think.
I suspect that we will be judged on the basis of the answer we give, like basically on the how strong the argument is. But can like either Angus do his insight check, or can Alukir look at this gnome and see whether the way he asked the question hints at which answer he prefers?
Absolutely. You could do a wisdom insight check to try to see if he put more emphasis on one or the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna Inspiration.
There we go.
That's 14.
That's a 14. You don't think he showed any, with a 14, any preference towards one side or the other on this? He just presented them both evenly. Does Novelle have any things that she thinks that she could help out with this to assist her good friend Angus?
Other than giving him like a smile and a thumbs up.
Give me advantage on an intelligence check. Yay. I mean,
she would, because how Novelle feels is that personal desires and intentions may go beyond duty, although now that she's going to be a queen, that might change. But I think she would tap Angus twice again.
Well, I suppose the crux of the question is whether it's more virtuous to have a obligation, duty to fulfill certain things, or whether it's more virtuous to just have a desire to see a just world. And
I'd argue that having the desire is better because it speaks to more long-term growth rather than just resentfully doing what you might be bound into, like a prison sentence.
But it's more virtuous rather than more about virtue rather than like desire.
yeah,
At least
I
that's
think
what I'm
it is-
thinking.
You could
It
say that
doesn't
actions
matter.
accomplish more, though. So acting, whereas just desiring it, is what is going to get something done. So that affects actual change in the world. I can have the best of
you're-
intentions,
It's
but
saying
if I don't
either
do
way you are
anything,
acting, it's just the reason behind why you're acting.
Right, you're acting either way, but the question is whether it's more virtuous because you think it's right out of your duty, perhaps if you are a paladin or a...
It seems to me it's saying more like, is it more virtuous to do it because you have to or because you want to?
Right, like, is it more
I think the
virtuous to
desire is
fulfill
definitely
your
more virtuous. But
obligations or
just
whatever?
Oh no, yeah, no, it is more. It's more virtuous to act out of the desire for a just world.
I suppose.
well, then
it's-
there is your answer, Angus.
Yeah, yeah, it is out of desire. Without
I
the
suppose-
desire for a just world, then duty is not. Duty is just not a feeling. You want desire.
I suppose we could argue that given that it's your own desire to see a just world, it speaks more of your own personal virtue rather than just an adherence to your duty, whatever that may be.
Fair. But I think it's out of desire.
The gnome will look to you, pondering what you have said, and say, if you had to summarize why out of desire, tell me why it is more virtuous to act out of desire.
Because when you act of duty, you can be mindless. Because, especially in my experience of being a pit fighter, it was my duty to fight. I didn't think about it. But when you think about virtue, when you think about wanting a just world, you think about it, you put your soul into it. And sometimes when you act out of duty, it's just mindless.
And if I might add, there are many dutiful people in the world, and for some, the duty calls them to do terrible things because of the orders and the ideals they dutifully adhere to. Having the desire for a just world in your nature is thus more virtuous.
Yeah, what he said.
The academic will look to you and say, that was a well thought out argument. Please. And he ushers you towards the academy brazier.
Cool. He'll light it, and Angus will like turn around, put the torch in his mouth, and do like high fives with everybody.
Good job, Angus. You did it. Gold star for
You know-
you.
you know, okay, wait, I get the gold star? Oh, the gold star.
Whatever that is, go for it.
Okay.
Sure, you can have a gold star. And Marcy casts prestidigitation, summons a gold star, and pins it to Angus's chest.
Yay! He like claps happily, and then he goes
It's gonna
and
last for about
starts.
10 more seconds, but yeah.
Oh, just keep recasting it, and he'll start running.
Later.
Well, he starts running to the next, I believe, the palace that he goes to now. What does the torch turn into?
So the torch's color has now turned a deep orange.
Ooh, orange.
Aren't you glad I didn't say it turned banana? No,
What? What?
Just killed Angus, you monster!
The buckets!
the palace lays out ahead, the center of power within the city of Mitros and within the continent. The palace, a magnificent building, decorated richly for the great games, and bustling with people waiting for the torchbearer, as the hours have gone past dawn. As you arrive, a very important woman is waiting for you.
Uh-oh.
It is the Queen, Valis.
Oh no!
Hey, at least it's not a Costas.
Okay.
Valis will look to you and say, in order for you to light the torch, you must do possibly the hardest task of this challenge. You must
Okay.
win the endorsement of my husband.
Fuck.
Shit.
He is
You have to
within.
do
Did
what?
I get involved? Did I get involved?
They have to win the
Yeah.
endorsement of King Acastus within the palace.
I don't know how to do that.
The card will come with you regardless.
Just
I
get
mean,
his
yeah.
permission to light the torch.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we could do that. Where is Acastus? In there? Okay.
He's within the palace.
Okay, I'll be back. Yakad, you might want to come. We wait. Yeah, let's all go.
We all go, yeah.
All right, you start running into the palace. You see that Acastus is sitting in the throne room. He is actually shirtless. You see that he is doing push-ups, sit-ups,
Nice.
and squats. You see that for a 45-year-old human, he is really jacked.
Nice workout.
It is I,
One of these horrible-
King Acastus, the greatest
Hello.
king of the city of Mitros. And
Yeah,
it
you're
is
doing great.
the heroes of the Heartlands.
That's us. Hey, so we were wondering, can we light the torch with your endorsement?
Oh, just right to the point. No warming
I feel
up, no
like-
feeling out process. You're just going in deep.
I mean, do we have to? I don't think we. I think you're a man of action, so why bother wasting time? Yeah?
Give me a
Yeah,
persuasion
you're
check.
the decisive king.
From the Angus, yeah, give me persuasion.
Oh shit. I will do a DM inspiration on that. Well, here's a +0. Hey.
Out of 15, the king
Nice.
says, I am a man of action. You're right.
Just imagining the El Dorado meme where the two guys trying to convince the king and he has that face.
Good movie.
So you're wanting my endorsement?
Yes,
Well,
please.
he walks up all sweaty. You see that he has
Nice.
the perfect coif of chest hair right between his pecs.
Uh-huh.
Shit like Australia.
Are you asking if his chest hair is shaped like Australia?
Not in character.
So confused.
What's Australia?
You don't know?
Don't worry about it. Just yeah, he's just yeah.
He
Continue.
he approaches and rests his hand on your shoulder and says,
Oh.
I'll give you my endorsement. Under one condition.
Okay.
Your first event in the Grand Spectacles, which I assume that you'll make it through. You have to dedicate the match to our friendship, Angus.
Angus would like to make an insight check. He's specifically looking for not necessarily deception, but what he has to gain from this.
What the king has to gain?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a 14. I'm not good, but
You believe the king has a lot to gain from you claiming that the win is for your guys' friendship. It would make you guys appear close in the eyes of the public, and it would appear that you are a supporter of the king to everyone in attendance. That you would be pro King Castus.
yikes. Oh boy, he
Just
looks
do it. Look at us closer
back
to
at-
him.
back at Yakad and
He kind of nods.
all right, he'll nod.
Well then, shall we shake on it? And he presents you his hand.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie that starts like this.
Yeah, he'll do a proper pit fighting handshake right at the elbow. He'll shake it firmly.
Do
Yeah.
the Vosk and Angus handshake, but then immediately
Yep.
after the meme where he's washing his hands.
Okay.
Well,
So you shake hands, so now you know you have to tell it at the start of the first grand spectacle. You have to dedicate it to your positive friendship with the King of Mitros. I
Oh,
give
boy.
you my endorsement, Angus.
Thanks.
So you're our friend now, King Acosta?
He laughs. Why don't you spot me? I've got some pull-ups to do. And he starts doing pull-ups, but he does it so that you guys have to look at his jacked back.
But pull-ups isn't an activity that requires spotting.
Yeah, he wants you to just like stand there and put your hands on his back as he's doing pull-ups.
Marcy looks up at her hands, at her very, very pointy fingernails, then looks at his exposed back.
Yeah, does Marcy want to?
Okay, we gotta go.
Want to claw the king's back? Is that the right move? Okay, so you guys start heading out. The brazier is out in the front of the palace.
as we were kind of going out, I noticed that Novelle's looking disappointed at me, and I'm like, oh, I don't like. What else was I supposed to fucking do? I don't understand this.
No, I know it was a horrible choice, but I don't like to think that he's going to gain influence from us and can
I
use
mean,
that
my-
against us.
I mean, if anything, my allegiance lies with you, oh Madam Queen. So
Besides, that's a
You
bit of a
know
double-edged
that.
sword.
You know that.
We declared it our friendship, which means he's got to be friends to us now.
And it means he has to be friends with the future Queen of Amazons.
If I live that long.
I will make
so-
sure you live that long.
Just to clarify-
behind your bit to the throne.
That's not what that means. He said, I want you to dedicate your event to the friendship that Angus has to King Acastus. And dedicate the win and all that sort of stuff.
So we were
Angus.
sycophantic to his glory.
Or specifically a Minotaur to his glory.
He's making you less than once more.
I think he wants to shield himself from potential challenge. Which,
The throne. It'll be a cod.
which, I'll be honest, it's not the worst obstacle. But I'm also somewhat hopeful that, in the grand scheme of things, Acastus might turn out to be more useful and more helpful than he currently is.
We could try to spin it.
Damn, Alakir, that was cold.
That was good. We could try to spin it like in words,
It's
but I'm
not
not good with
called-
words.
It's not called to see the potential.
Maybe. Potential, not connection.
After all, we're still hanging out with you, Marcelian, despite all we endure.
Oh! Oh, Marceline's great.
Marcy
Right?
just gives you a grin, and it's a bit more ominous than usual. I know, right?
Okay,
So, just like usual. So,
just as usual. Let's go light the brazier.
that's it.
Yes, so standing outside is Queen of Alice.
You mean brazier?
The brazier is
Sure.
ready.
She goes, never mind.
What? What did I say?
You said
Brazier, right?
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that would be like
That
what
thing.
holds. No. Angus, a brazier and a brazier are two different things.
Angus's ears are steaming.
Ahem.
It's like,
Buffalo, 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 buffalo.
Oh, thank God. Actual noise.
No one else speaks
They
Minotaur.
had the correct sentence in common.
Anyway, he'll go light the thing. He's like, we've got the endorsement from Acastus.
Queen Valis will say,
This is not an oath. Is this an oath or just an endorsement?
No, it's not an oath. We didn't swear an oath,
Well, you
Got
did
it.
shake hands, and it seemed kind of symbolic.
but it wasn't
oath
like
he
an
didn't
oath. right? I didn't feel anything, right, Caleb?
You didn't swear an oath, but you did shake his hand for his endorsement. So you made something maybe even stronger than an oath. You made a handshake promise.
I made a bro shake.
And is Angus the type of person that would break a bro shake?
No.
It wouldn't be cool.
Let's call it a promise.
A promise?
Hey, Robin.
No, not this.
Would Angus be the type of guy that would just shake hands and then just not tell everyone about how cool the guy he shook hands with was?
And he was pretty sweaty. It's pretty impressive.
I know, especially considering how we don't do that.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Must have been pretty smelly with all that sweat.
Okay, let's just focus on lighting the brazier.
Hey, Angus, make a perception check for me.
A perception? Oh, fuck.
Marcel is about to be flamed.
That is a 23.
Somehow, even though King Acastus was super sweaty, he kind of had like a really like pleasant smell about him.
No!
Ah, he probably paid a scholar to make his sweat smell funny.
It was
Could
like,
I
go ahead.
make an intelligence check to determine why he smelled that way?
Sure.
I think I still have advantage on an intelligence check. It's an 11.
You think that the king might just have like a really good natural musk, or like you know, he
Oh boy.
or there's just like maybe it's his bloodline. You know, genetically, his sweat just doesn't give off that bo odor, as there are some
So
people
Angus-
out there that are blessed with that.
Angus is covered in
fur.
fur.
Mm-hmm.
So when he blushes, his nose is blushing, and his ears are steaming. So that's what Valis sees as he goes to light the brazier.
He just ain't stinky because no one rolled a perception check to see that can of axe sticking out from behind the brazier.
Valis sees us coming out and saying, yes, we got his approval, and Angus is blushing. I feel like we should say, okay, it's not what it looks like.
This is what it looks like.
This feels like a Stacy's mom situation.
Nope.
Anyway, let's light
Nah,
it
that's
up.
okay. They don't love each other anyway.
Oh, stop.
So you can start lighting your torch in the brazier.
Yeah.
As you do so, the flame that was kind of that orange color has changed to be gold, a golden flame.
Cool.
Now we go to the Palace of Lutheria.
So the Temple of Lutheria, a place that you've only visited the basement of to secret assassin / murder the incest priests.
Ugh.
Outside.
Who we totally don't know.
The place is shrouded in a mystique. There's almost an ethereal shift to the surroundings as you approach the front. Standing up front, you see a final member of the Arcane Academy, Lord Machion.
Acheon.
Machion will
Is he
say, I mean, he's
Yep.
kind of like
Oh, yeah, yes.
he kind of looks like this. He's kind of like
Oh.
a half orc scholar.
Oh. Hello.
Machion will say, to solve this final portion, to gain the ability to light the brazier, you must work your way through a maze of dreams.
Oh,
Well,
you got this in the bag.
I'm good at one of those things. Where can I put the torch so I can go into Dreamland?
He says, all you need to do is say yes.
Yes?
As you do so, you and all the members of the Chosen are enveloped in a magical mist.
Oh, snaps.
And as the mist dissipates, you are all within a dream-like labyrinth. The environment is surreal, with landscapes and people that are constantly shifting in and out of reality.
Did
Cracks
you
his-
get to a dream vested? No, he
Cracks his neck. I've got this. Let's go.
Yes, you can start to work your way through this labyrinth. Tell me, what skill does Eros/Angus use to try to start to break down this illusionary?
Well, the nice thing is I get advantage on survival checks when going through a maze, so he'll go with survival. Plus,
Absolutely.
a 14.
Is this the maze spell?
A 14 is pretty close. We're looking for a 15 here for all these checks.
Ooh, schnoops.
I will give him my Faxpiration.
Gasp! I'll roll a d8. A 4. 18.
Alright, an 18. Okay. How does Yakad assist the party here as Angus is leading you all through the maze using his ability of survival?
Ikad kind of like lights up his sword with a holy flame and lights the way to light the darkness up dramatically.
Wow.
Alright.
Or rather, he coats it in his own blood. It's glowing.
Oh my god.
Alright, as you light up the sword with your own blood, give us a religion check to represent your devotion to your cause.
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that? I think
You need to give me a religion check to show how strongly devoted you are to your deity, to your patron here, Mitros.
Would this help at all?
Yes, that would give you advantage.
22.
Okay, using the divine light of Yakad's blazing sword, you start to help assist Angus and the rest of the party through this maze. Novell, you all are making your way through this dreamlike ethereal maze, the shifting scenery, causing confusion and doubt amongst your ranks. How do you help the party?
Novell doesn't actually like the idea of going through another maze because last time they did that, she was pursued by a horrible minotaur. Not this one, of course, but
He
that
died.
one. Yeah, and died. So I think she's going to want to make sure they're not followed and use stealth. Can she cast Fog Cloud to get advantage on that?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll spend that resource and with advantage. 31.
Holy moly.
There we go. So you guys start to dip beneath the bank of fog that Novell has created for you all to keep you safe within this ethereal maze. Okay, how does Alukir help the party?
I have an idea. However, it is something that potentially Marceline can also do, so can I let Marceline go first?
Yes.
Let's see
I
if she
mean, what are
does
you
that.
trying to do?
I mean, I want to dispel magic and call upon the collection with Thylia. But in case you are gonna do that too, I can do something else.
Nah, I was just gonna get a bunch of rocks and throw them at their illusions to physically interact with them and just show that they're illusions.
Sounds cool.
Because EM is smart.
Well, in that case, we can go in another direction, I guess. So Alkir will call upon the collection to Thylia and ask for her guidance in showing us a path forward and cast Dispel Magic on the illusion ahead of us to hopefully remove some of it. I know it's Lutheria, I can't do the whole thing, but I can at least maybe part it partially.
Sure. So using a big resource here, using Dispel Magic, absolutely. So go ahead and give me a caster check. So this is a wisdom check at advantage as you do your Dispel Magic.
Oh boy, let's hope for the best.
Nice.
So a huge portion of the fog lifts. A huge portion of these shifting sceneries calm down as the maze is not as confounding as it was at the start. So last but not least, Marceline, how do you try to set up the perfect sweep here of the maze to assist the party?
Well, illusions can be seen through with investigation checks, so she'll just see through the ones that are illusions and throw rocks to them so that everybody else can have the whole physical interaction success thing.
All right, give me an investigation.
Investigation! 20.
Okay, so through the help of your allies, Angus, and through your own innate ability to just do mazes with a high amount of skill, you are able to come out of the end of this illusory maze. Waiting for you at the other end is the Lord of the Arcane Academy, Machion.
Hello.
Machion shows you to the brazier as you have completed the challenge from the Temple of Lutheria. As you dip the golden flame within it, the flame has changed tones. It is now a roiling black flame.
Whoa! It's as dark as your eye, Marceline.
But my... Oh, right, yeah.
Sometimes.
I forgot I haven't fixed that yet.
You're all ready to climb a peak?
Sure.
Let's go hiking.
As you run away from the Temple of Lutheria, it doesn't take you long before you get to the bottom of Mount Vulcan. You see that the switchback trails and the road that leads around the mountain has disappeared, leaving only the sheer cliff face to be climbed.
Well, that's a bit of a problem.
Climb it. What's worse that could happen?
Yeah, hang on. Everyone stand back. Angus goes 30 feet, and he's gonna rage.
Tomorrow's used rock climb.
Which, dang it.
Rock climb.
I guess as he climbs, the vines maybe help him climb.
Handholds.
Yeah, there we go. I create handholds with flowers and vines as they kind of sprout from his feet.
There you go. That would definitely provide an assist to all your party. Can I get everyone in the party to give me an athletics check as you guys start to
With
scale
advantage.
Mount Vulcan?
Good thing you gave me the shield back.
This is not going to go well.
Oh, come on.
11.
Aw.
Hold on. How many inspirations? I'm gonna use an inspiration. You said a strength or an athletic?
Yep, athletics check.
Okay.
For some of you, that might be the same.
A fat plus 0.
Okay,
Hey.
so here's what happens. Angus and Alakir climb the entire length of the peak to the top of Mount Vulcan with almost apparently no issue. However, for the rest of you, you aren't able to make purchase into the cliffside, and it results in you not being able to climb at all. For whatever
Aw.
reason, the handholds are just They're too thick. Now, Yakad, Marceline, and Novell, you are all within range to succeed at a cost because of the lower DC from the flowers.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't need to do that. Let me just, I got this. Hey.
Okay.
I should have bolstered everybody. I'm sorry, everybody.
No problem.
Okay, I should have blessed.
It was still,
Oh, wait.
would have been only a 32% chance.
Okay.
Blessed.
Yeah,
But to heal checks.
Unless you have guidance.
I do have guidance, but only one.
Mhm.
So, at the top of the mountain, we see that Alakir, Marceline, and Angus have made it to the tip top, and waiting for you at the tip top of Mount Vulcan is the god Vulcan himself.
Oh, hi, Vulcan.
Oh, Vulcan! I got something to discuss with you later.
Aye. Why don't you start by lighting the torch, and then you'll have finished your labor.
Roger that. Whoosh.
Okay, as you light the torch changes from the roiling black to a pure red flame, and that is where we will end the session with you all finishing the Run the Torch minigame.
Nice.
Nice. Excellent.
Did it.
I
Thanks,
had a
his
lot of
brain is
fun
Still reeling.
with that session, y'all. I like that we did some role play. I like that you guys went through and lit all of the torches. And you know what? I like that we had a little intrigue with the queen at the beginning and kind of finding out what are we getting into when it comes time for these great game events.
So we just lit the Vulcan torch out of it?
Yeah, you just the challenge was climbing up the what's it called? Climbing up the mountain itself.
And I will climb 500 meters and I will climb 500.
Excellent. So it'll be a very long time until I see you guys, at least 24 hours. And we will begin.
No, I might forget that you exist by that time.
Oh man,
Anyway.
if only I could do that. So, hey, you started it, buddy. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and we will.